How's it going, everybody? How you doing? You doing good? Well, I'm doing pretty good. Remember last time we talked about Devil's Reign, one of the only good crossover events that Marvel made? Well, today we're looking at the continuation of that and the continuation of, Daredevil's story with Daredevil and Elektra, the next series and Marco Cicchetto's and Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil, and it's really good. Unsurprisingly, it's really good. This run only lasts for like 14 issues. In reality, it's really just a continuation of the last run, but for some reason they decided to do like number ones again because number ones sell better. It's stupid. It's basically just comic stuff, but yeah, it's really good and I like it a lot. So yeah, let's stop waffling about and let's get into it right now. First issue starts out with Matt disguised as his dead brother Mike. Remember Mike? He was killed by the Kingpin. Well, Matt is disguising himself as Mike because he wants to trick Mike's old friend Butch, who's also the son of Kingpin, into figure out where the Kingpin is. Because if you remember last time in Devil's Reign, Kingpin is gone. He's gone with his wife, Typhoid Mary. And, Matt thinks that Butch knows where Kingpin is. Unfortunately, Butch does not know where Kingpin is. So Matt decides to unveil his disguise. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm Daredevil. And then beats up all of Butch's men. And then basically threatens Butch and says, like, listen, I made your old man's life hell. I'm going to make yours hell too. And just to tell you, I have friends in high places. And by friends, he meant Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man also decided to help out with Daredevil and trying to figure out where Kingpin is. Unfortunately, that didn't go well, but they did manage to scare the ever-living hell out of Butch. And so those two left, and Spider-Man's just like, hey, that was a nice plan you had, but it's kind of weird that you decided to put on the mask of a dead man. And then Matt is just like, oh no, I am Daredevil. And then all the memories that Spider-Man had of Matt being Daredevil just come back. Because if you remember last time, I keep having to explain this. Daredevil had everybody's mind wiped by the Purple Children into forgetting that Daredevil was Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock was Daredevil. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into that. But basically, Spider-Man now knows who Daredevil is. And it's a really, really wholesome moment. And I like it a lot. It's super cute. They hug. They're just like, yeah, I'm me. We're friends, guys. We've been together through a lot together. So that's why I want to tell you who I am. And Spider-Man's just like, yeah, I wish I could tell you too. But my life is just utter crap. And the writers hate me, so I can't do it. And Matt's just like, it's fine. I don't want to be in your books anyway. Don't read the Spider-Man books. They're absolutely shit. Unless it's Ultimate Spider-Man. Then you can read them because they're actually really good. At least the first issue was. Anyway, afterwards, Daredevil is basically just contemplating life as he sits on a little gargoyle as the light comes in. But then he realizes he's late because he wants to tell his ex-girlfriend, Kirsten McDuffie, goodbye. And he also probably wants to tell her his secret identity so she'll remember again because he's still madly in love with her after like all this time, despite the fact that he's with Elektra now. So, that's kind of awkward, like CW awkward. But yeah, he decides to do that, but unfortunately he gets held up because a guy decides to accidentally shoot a guy in the street, and he tries to help out there, and he misses the train that she was taking back to San Francisco because that's where she lives. And he's, Matt, he's all sad and defeated, and he decides to walk away until he's meted by an old colleague, Robert Goldman, or Goldie. If you don't remember him, he was in Daredevil Woman Without Fears. He was like a colleague of Matt and Foggy's when they were in college, and he knew him. And throughout all the comic, he was like narrating it. Apparently, Goldie has weird powers that make people do whatever the hell he wants them to do. It's not really explained, but he basically just like makes things happen unintentionally. And he's the one who's been like messing with Matt's life throughout all these years. Like even throughout college, he's the one who like made his identity be discovered and like put him through hell and back over and over again. So yeah, it was all Goldie's fault. And Goldie decided to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I screwed up your life, Matt, and I'm gonna do this now, and blows up the train. That's right. Well, he didn't blow up the train. He suggested to a guy to blow up a train, and he knows it. Goldie basically thinks that he's Matt's guardian angel or something. And he thinks that what he's doing is just making Matt a better hero by basically ruining his fucking life over and over again. I don't know how that makes you a better person by just absolutely, destroying their lives. But, I guess it worked. Matt is a really good hero. He's probably the most underrated, underappreciated hero of all time. So, good job. Mission successful. You did it. Matt obviously is pretty pissed and, tries to get at Goldie. It doesn't really work out. Goldie's just like, evading Matt somehow because he kind of just knows what's going to happen before it happens. And Matt just disappeared before Matt could get him. And, it's really cool to see because obviously Marco Cicchetto is drawing it. So, they're just fighting all over the city and it's in the rain. So it's like really super sick. it just looks really good. It's a good comic. What can I expect with a good illustrator? So, yeah, Goldie manages to escape. And Matt goes back to the train to see if anybody's alive. Luckily, nobody was on the train at that time except for the conductor, who was alive. Fortunately, he managed to survive, and Matt helped him out. And luckily, he realized that Kirsten was also alive, so he goes to meet her, and he's just like, "Kirsten, I'm leaving. I'm sorry." And she's like, "It's okay." And they have a really nice, tender moment, and they kiss. Again, it's really weird considering that Matt is also with Elektra, but I guess she's okay with that or whatever. She knows his history with women, so yeah, why not? Also, speaking of Elektra and Stick, if you don't know who Stick is, he's basically Matt's and Elektra's mentors when they were young. They go to find a place for the Fist to set up operations. That's pretty cool. Afterwards, Matt decides to get Cole North on board to join the Fist. Cole at first doesn't want to join him because, he's a cop and, doing all this mystical magical stuff with ninjas doesn't seem to be a thing he should be doing, but he later agrees to join. He also goes to Luke Cage to see if he wants to join up. Luke Cage, being the mayor of New York, obviously doesn't want to join at all. He has responsibilities. He also has a kid and a wife to deal with. And so he's just like, nah, I don't really want to join. I'm not really into that sort of stuff. And he goes to have a meeting with the Strawmans. Remember those guys? They're still alive, unfortunately. And, they're just like threatening Luke Cage. But Luke Cage is not having any of it. He's just like, listen, I've got real power. You guys, you're just a stick in the mud compared to me. While Matt was obviously listening in because, the Strawmans are pretty fucking dangerous and he wants to take them out. But unfortunately, he wants to take out the Hand. Also, the Strawmans are with the Hand as well. So that puts a giant stick in the car. I don't even know what that was. Honestly, my brain is just going crazy. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Ugh. Anyway, as he was going to leave, he gets attacked by Akka, the lady who trained Elektra into being the most dangerous assassin in the world. They start the fight, and she's just basically teasing Matt. She is not taking the fight seriously at all and just beating up on him. And she manages to cripple him with a little splinter to the neck where there's like a nerve bundle or something. And basically just says, oh, by the way, the guy who's leading us, it's Frank Castle. That's right, the Punisher. If you remember last time, that's what I said. He's leading the Hand now. He also had his own series with him in the Hand. It's okay. The ending sucked in that series, but that doesn't really matter very much. But yeah, the Punisher is now leading the Hand, and that puts Matt into a terrifying state because he realizes that, Frank Castle, he's a psychopath. He shouldn't be leading anybody, not less the most dangerous, ninja clan in the world. She also said that someone close to him might die, so of course he goes to Foggy, and Foggy decides to join the Hand with Matt. So that's pretty nice. Next issue, they go to where the Hand is setting up camp. Matt affirms his authority over the camp because they're like, really, this guy, a guy in tights dressed up as a devil, he's going to be our leader? And Matt's just like, listen, I know who you are, and I know you're afraid of me, but I'm not afraid of you. It's a lot cooler when he says it, but yeah, he does that, and it's really cool. Matt's just a badass. And then the next thing they have to do, because there's like this weird like book called the Book of the Fist, and it has like all these prophecies and stuff. And in order for the prophecies to work, Matt and Elektra have to marry, and the marriage is actually really fucking hardcore. They have to like dress up in this super cool gear, by the way. Matt gets a new costume, and it's sick. He's got like a hood and a new mask and everything. It looks fucking cool. But anyway, as I said, they have to go climb up a giant mountain, and they fight zombies until one of them survives or whatever. So to do that, they fight zombies, and it's really cool. Meanwhile, Cole is getting overwhelmed with all this ninja shit, but he manages to get through it all by fighting another guy, the guy who like challenged Matt. So that's nice. But yeah, they fight a bunch of zombies, and they win, and then Stick pronounces them husband and wife. So now they're the new fists of the Fist, basically. It's complicated, but they're the king and queen of the Fist now, and the true leaders. So that's pretty cool. Alright, the final issue of this series afterwards is Matt decides to take out the Thunderbolts out of jail. Specifically the ones that he feels were wronged by society, so they could join the Fist and help out him taking out the Hand. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's just a giant jailbreak where he takes out all of the former Thunderbolts, with the exception of Bullseye, obviously, because he's a psychopath and can't be controlled, and a bunch of other villains, and they try to escape. Meanwhile, John Walker, the U.S. agent, he tries to stop Matt, and Matt absolutely beats him up. Also, Matt, after like beating up all those zombies, he gets like new powers where he can like even feel emotions, and is like stronger and faster than he usually is, including like all of the fists now, including Foggy. So now he's actually got superpowers that isn't just his super senses. So that's cool. So he absolutely destroys John Walker and gets away with all the villains. The people who realize that, though, is the Avengers, specifically Iron Man and Captain America, and they're going to have to bring Daredevil in for his crimes because, taking out super dangerous supervillains is a big no-no in the superhero community. But, yeah, overall, really good volume, really good series. There's only 3 volumes in this series, so we're going to get through this pretty fast. But, yeah, it's really good, and I like it a lot. And I hope you like it, too, if you ever get to read it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you like, what you dislike, what you want me to talk about more, and I'll see you next time.